Let's take another look at an application for the relationship between the opposite and the adjacent. And remember, that's called the tangent. All right, so when we were looking at it previously, we always knew the uh, the measurement of an angle. What if we wanted to find that out? We don't know how big that angle is. We know that this side is 8 and that side is 2. How can we use tangent for that? Well, remember that when we're working with proportional reasoning and we have this, and so if we have A, B, C, D, if there's one of them we don't know, let's suppose that we don't know what A is, then we can use our reasoning ability to find A. If we know what A is, but we don't know what D is, we could use these three to find D. So if we can set up a ratio using tangent and the information here, the information of the two sides, we may be able to find that angle. So let's try it. First step, let's take a look at the angle in question, and it's right here, and let's label this triangle. Well, we know that that's the hypotenuse, because it's the longest side in a right angle triangle. This side is completely opposite the angle we're talking about, so this must be the opposite. So we know the opposite is 2 meters. This side here is right beside or adjacent to the line in question. So let's look at what we've got. Let's start with the formula. We know that the tan of an angle is equal to the opposite over the adjacent. Okay, well, we don't know what the tan of the angle is because we don't know what the angle is. So the tan of the angle is equal to the opposite, which is, in this case, is 2 over 8. And now we've only got 3 numbers here. Remember, here I said there were 4. Well, let's make 4. We know we can put a 1 under here because the 1 exists under every number and doesn't change the value of that number. All right, so how are we going to find what the tan of this angle is? Well, look what we've got here. We could multiply both sides by 1, and 1 goes into the 1 once. What's left on this side is tan. So we have tan of angle is equal to 2 times 1 divided by 8. Well, 2 times 1 divided by 8 is 0.25 because it's a quarter. Well, still, so does that mean that this angle is 0.25 degrees? That doesn't make sense because that doesn't look at all right. This is where we're going to go back to this table. Let's find somewhere in the tangent section that we see a number that's really close to 0.25. Okay, let's go through here. Let's go through here. Let's go through here. Oh, that's too far. 0.25. That's really close to 0.25. 0.2493. So that's associated with 14 degrees. That means that 0.25, we can find the tan inverse. This is the tan inverse. To a minus 1 means tan inverse. The tan inverse of 0.25 is 14 degrees. Using the tan inverse, we found out that it was 14 degrees. Cool. All right, let's try it with this one. Let's suppose that this is, let's make up a numbers that makes sense. So if this was 10, that's quite a bit more than 10. So let's just say that that's 19. Just for, and let's say we want to find out what this side is here. All right, well, remember the first step? The first step was to label the triangle. Let me erase some of this just so that we can see it a little bit better. Let's erase some of this. And let's find out, let's label this triangle. All right, so here goes. This must be my hypotenuse. And this must be my opposite because it is opposite the angle. And this must be my adjacent. All right, so I know my opposite and my adjacent, but I have no idea what this angle is. All right, so what are we going to do? We'll do it this way. We'll say that the tan of this angle is equal to the relationship of the opposite over the adjacent. And I don't know what the tan of this angle is, so we're going to leave that. So we're going to write the tan of this angle is equal to my opposite, which is 19 over 10. Well, 19 over 10 I can't do in my head like I did 2 over 4. So let's try something different. Let's take 19, or let's times both. So what we want to do is we want to times by 1, times by 1. 1 goes into 1 once. Tan of this angle is equal to 19 times 1 divided by 10. Well, 19 divided by 10 equals 1.9. Of course, I can do that in my head. I don't know what I was thinking. We have to shift the decimal. So we know that the tan inverse, the inverse should be beside the tan, not like I showed you before. The tan inverse is 1.9. Okay, so now we need to go back to that table and we need to find where is a 1.9. 1.9 in the tangent. Where is a 1.9? There's a 1.9, and there's something really close to 1.9. Actually, I think this one is closer to 1.9. So we're going to say that the answer is 62 degrees. So we know that the angle is equal to 62 degrees. Okay, so try some practice and then challenge the mission. Good luck.